Is it a sense that any talk of progress, that now we're really reassessing that? Then there was genuine talk of progress. There was a bullishness. There was a new contract given to the manager. There was enthusiasm from fans for some of the performances, and you can discuss whether they were giving too much credit for some of those performances, if you like. But there was a general feeling that things are inching in the right direction at the very least. I mean, can you make that assessment based on these games, or do you have to take into account the end of season fatigue factor and all those other variables?
Well, all other countries have the same situation, probably with the exception of Ukraine, because their players haven't been able to play any football until the internationals. So they're not in that situation where you'd be talking about fatigue. But that's how it's always been in international football. The May-June fixtures at the end of the season, they're all May, all June now, have always been difficult for managers and coaches and staff to manage the players, how the conditioning of the players, given some of them finish a bit earlier. I think your question was about have we made progress? Well, there's a lot of very kind of almost indoctrination talk about how we'd changed the style and how we could dominate the game in all the areas of the pitch. I think Stephen misread the situation when he came into the job as to how difficult international football really is. Every manager who has managed Ireland would have wanted to play an open, expansive game, would want Ireland to be on top, playing on the front foot, dominating possession, playing free-flowing football. But most of them have realised that the opposition will want to stop you playing that way and impose their game on you. And you have to adapt to that. You've got to adapt to the quality that they have, or in some cases, if you don't think they have too much quality, you adapt your game to take them on and try and beat them. Now, what we have seen with Ireland is this system has come in after when we lost 3-0 to England, and then we another game just after, I think it was Bulgaria, and then we had to change the system for the Serbian game, the first match in the World Cup qualifying. We went from the 4-2-3-1 system to a 3-4-3, and they've stuck with that system. Now I think there has to be a question mark. I mean, I question it. I don't like the three centre-back system. I never found it. It's in fashion at the moment, and it looked like it suited us for a while. It hasn't suited us. The three centre-backs on the ball aren't the most comfortable on the ball. Some of them play that way at the club, some of them don't. But through the middle, we're getting outplayed through the middle of the pitch. There's not enough protection for those three centre-backs. We need three players. We've always needed three players in the middle of the pitch in the modern game. We used to get it when we played 4-4-2 by one of the front men dropping back in midfield. As the game evolved, we went with three players in the middle, one either side, or two and one just ahead dropping in. We need to go back to that.